Coming up on today's CoBet Daily, we put Stats Guy in the ground. Oh, he's on a plane. It's all right. It's just me and Alex today. We are talking all things NBA playoffs, a little bit of AFL. Alex, what are you talking about?
The human robot Terminator machine, according to Stats Guy.
Dig that. What else? You've got some EFL, don't you?
Yeah, the English Football League, the second semi-final with the race to Wembley going on.
Nice one. And we've got player props, game picks, best bets, everything you need every single day. Because this CoBet Daily, it's really good. You should have a listen right now. Welcome to CoBet Daily. It is Wednesday, Hump Day. May 16, I believe. Episode 111. 17? Yeah, 17. May 17. That checks out. Episode 111. That's 200 away from my favourite number, 311.
Why?
That's the hilariously excellent band from the late 90s. 311. If you listen to NBA Australia, you'll get it. Anyway, I'm your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of CodeBet. That's a very good website, Alex. You should find that at, codebet.com.au?
I mean, I'm on it multiple times a day.
You are? I am too. Stats Guy, he's not here today.
He's not drinking beer at the airport. I'm kind of disappointed.
Currently on a plane, probably getting absolutely tanned.
Yeah.
Oh, sir, could I please have another of those beers? Please, mister, could I have another beer?
Do you reckon he sat down and someone just looked at him like, you're sitting in the middle?
They checked him for ID. Instead, we have just Alex Donnelly with me today.
Hey, I'm here. I haven't had a bad beat on like someone sitting across from me right now.
You brought it up already. I'm so angry.
He's been in the office for literally 8 minutes.
I've kicked stuff, I've punched things, it's gone badly.
Leo nearly died.
So I did nail all the picks from yesterday's show though. So
yeah, cool.
Kind of the aspects. So it was Jamal Murray, 25 plus points, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, the notorious KCP, 3+3s, the over, the Nuggets.
Yep, everything but.
Apart from the Nuggets, the line.
Yep.
And that's basically where this multi falls down. Yep. It was a $32 multi, Alex. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm pretty proud of myself nailing Champions League and the England Championship this morning.
Nice.
Inter Milan winning 1-0, so the unders hit, Inter and the under hit, and the Championship, which was Luton Town winning 2-0. So Luton to win and Luton to qualify. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang. That's awesome.
It was a lovely little morning. Stats Guy's tennis game. I don't know how it went. No idea.
No one cares. All right. This is Code Cares Daily. That's right. It says it on the tin. It's codes. It's betting. It's daily. Today, player props, game picks, best bets. Just Alex and I are going to fly through some stuff. I've got NBA playoffs with the start of the Eastern Confernce finals tomorrow. There was a thing that I think I mentioned in the draft lottery in passing yesterday, and it's literally how the percentages were. And it seems like a very silly market to be betting on because it's literally a lottery.
We like betting because we're dumb.
And then, of course, one of the favourites did come out on top.
Yeah. Checks out.
So it's not one of those ones like, oh, geez. But it's it was pretty fun to sort of look at it and go, the top 6 have a 9+% chance of getting the number one pick. And one of the teams had the 14% chance and won it. So,
checks out.
Franchise changer there for San Antonio. Anyway, I'll talk NBA playoffs. I'll throw in a quick little AFL one as part of my Friday night footy preview. Alex, what are you looking at?
Sticking to what I talked about yesterday, the Champions League and the Championship, because they're both tomorrow morning. So you know what? Let's go.
All right, player props, get into it. So Eastern Confernce Finals, you've got Jason Tatum versus Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Himmy Butler. He's got that dog in him. Who's got that dog in them the most, though? That's the big question for me.
I mean, the name Tatum. I watched The Simpsons, Drederick Tatum.
He had 51 in Game 7. I don't know if that now outweighs the Drederick Tatum vibe. So
yeah, true.
But he had 51 in Game 7 to put away the Sixers. The Sixers now 5-8 coach. You love to see that.
Yeah, that was on the cards.
It's pretty awesome, though, if you can just have a performance and then the other team has to can their coach because it's I am him.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I put that guy out of a job. It's pretty gnarly. Tatum is $1.86 to go for 30 plus. Butler is $2.25.
Yeah.
What I like most about this game for the Celtics is that they just have size.
Yeah.
The Heat, they don't. And you can put a lot of perimeter size on Jimmy Butler in this game. I actually like the Butler under 27.5 points. You get that for about $1.90 around the traps. Horford, the points, rebounds, assists. Doesn't mind a bit of a point, rebounds, assist as Horford. 17.5 at home. Tends to smash that. He gets exactly around that line. I think he's gone over the last 2 home games. No, he missed Game 5. So he hit it for Game 7. Yeah. So the 17.5, I'm over that because I think it bounces up to about 18.5, 19.5 the closer you go. I jump on it now. The over is $1.86. Kevin Love for the Miami Heat. Didn't mind playing the Celtics until last year, and then it's just completely fallen off a cliff.
Oh, no,
he had this run of 4 or 5 games where he was guess what? I'm going to destroy the Celtics.
Yep.
It was when he was playing for Cleveland You go in, go hammer and tongs, drop 28 on their heads, and off you go. Last year, though, 9 points and 8 points. His over-under for this game, though, was 7.5.
Ooh.
I don't know what to think. I just don't know what to think. I'm going to go under. I think he has a stinker in game one.
That's not ideal.
The AFL one, though, Alex Neil-Bullen.
Yep.
This is one that I've already got into my AFL preview for Friday Night Footy. Port Adelaide Power versus the Melbourne Demons. Alex Neil-Bullen.
Yes.
He's kicked a goal in 9 of his last 10. $1.62 to kick another one.
Yeah.
$1.62. I love that. That's a great
Just couldn't do it last week when we all needed him to against Hawthorn. Thanks, mate.
Really stood up there, Alex.
Yeah.
Anyway, classic Alex's, right? Yeah. Anyway.
When it matters, don't look for us.
Bet365, that's $1.62 there. I really like that's actually a better price than it was on Ladbrokes too. So good odds comparison. But yeah, so for tomorrow, I'd like Tatum to have a big one just because I don't really see who on that Heat team covers him.
Yep.
You look at Butler, I'd go the under because you can see 4 dudes that they can sort of at least rotate against him. Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Jalen Brown. You can even throw Tatum on there and if you need him at times. And I think the Celtics will win. I'll get to that in a sec.
Cool.
What's your player prop, Alex?
I'm looking at Stats Guy's favourite human Terminator machine, I think he called him yesterday. Erling Haaland.
I'm calling you his robot machine, the human robot machine, I think it was.
Human robot Terminator machine, Vernon Schnabitz, something. Obviously Man City take on Real Madrid tomorrow morning, Champions League semi-final. Let's look at this man. He's a freak and he's still a child, technically.
What?
It's disgusting. I don't think he's 25 yet. It's insane. Anyway, in 28 Champions League games, he's got 35 goals.
Whoa.
This is just insane. Only player in Champions League history to score a hat-trick on debut. That was when he was playing for Salzburg. He's 19th all-time in Champions League goals already, and this is his 4th season of Champions League. It's insane.
19th all-time.
Already. 4 years.
I'll pay that.
Yeah, so if he plays another 6 to 8, which he will, just going to come straight for the top of that. He's got 12 this season for Man City, and it'd annoy him because he's the kind of guy that would stew on things, just having a look at him. He'd be stewing on the fact that he hasn't scored against Real Madrid in the Champions League as of yet.
Right.
You have a look at where he scored his 35 goals. You're like, Alex, does he get them late when it doesn't matter? No. He has 18 in the first half and 17 in the second half. So
first half goals seem important.
Yeah. So he does it when it matters. So let's have a look here. Haaland score first for City, $2.40. Over 1.5 shots on target at $1.72, and over 3.5 shots in general, $2.10. I don't care if he kicks him out of the Etihad and up to Liverpool, that's fine.
That's a shot.
And then $3.75 to score 2 or more. He is the key in this game. He is going to be the man to just put the flag in the air and go, hey, don't care about anyone else in the world, in the leagues. This is me. This is my moment. I'm going to lift this team to the treble. Obviously, we're talking about FA Cup, Premier League, and the Champions League. So he's going to get it done. But yeah, $2.40 to score first was the one that really tickled my fancy.
I like that one more than the 2 or more. It seems like a bit much.
I'll get into more later why I think there'll be goals.
All right. I like it. That's good. The human robot machine.
Yes.
That's going to be great. Match game picks. Now, I actually smashed the picks yesterday for that Lakers-Nuggets game. You might remember, I think breaking down like 4 of the last 5, it hit that over the total that it was like weirdly low. And so it demolished it by 10, 12
halftime, you're like, this
crushing
is sweet.
So tomorrow, though, you look at this and you go, the line is substantially lower.
Yeah,
it's only 210.5 points.
That worries me.
210.5 between the Heat and the Celtics. A lot of this is to do with the simple fact that Miami, for most of the season, just couldn't score. Since the playoffs started, they went, hey, guess what? We can score. And everyone's like, that's weird. What are you doing? Thing is, then in the second half of that Knicks series, they just decided not to score again.
Okay.
So that's why that total points is a bit depressed. It's more the simple idea now, like, can you trust Boston to go hammer and tongs? Will Miami hit threes to keep up enough? My answer for that is yes.
Yep.
We've got, I think, 3 of the last 4 matches between these two teams specifically all this year. 3 of the 4 have gone over this line, the 210.5. So I think what we saw from Boston earlier in the series against Philly.
Yep.
Philly, similar sort of vibes with like the tougher defense will make you beat us, off you go. And Boston was still putting up pretty substantial points, so like 114, 115, 115, that sort of gear, and then like 112 in game 7. So the 210, it can be like a 112-100 game and you've covered. So
that's all you need.
I think this Boston team will be able to score on Miami. I think Miami will get some cheap threes here and there. I think the over handily hits. And I think there was the stat about, I think the home team between these two. Oh, no, the 9 of the last 10 with the Heat is the underdog.
Yep.
Have gone over. So it's basically when the Heat are like, we're underdogs. We need to score lots
We're going to go nuts.
to win the game.
Cool.
And that's exactly what's happened. So 9 of the 10 have gone over. I like this a lot. 3 of the last 4 have gone over. We're going the over.
Yep.
210, $1.90 with Bet365. It's kind of that perfect sort of storm of early in the series where they try to figure each other out, as we just saw with Nuggets Lakers. It should smash that. What about you, Alex?
Yes, continuing my look at the Champions League semi tomorrow morning at the Etihad. Stats Guy did hit on this yesterday. I'll go a little bit more in depth here. Man City have only lost 1 of their last 5 against Real Madrid, and that was in the 3-1 loss in last year's semi-final, which was the second leg at the Bernabeu, where they came from 4-3 down to qualify for the final, which of course City then went on to win. Real Madrid, went on to win because, well, they're insane and love winning the Champions League. You have a look at this. Real winless in their last 4 at the Etihad, which is 2 draws and 2 losses. So just like, okay, you're splitting it halfway there, but not having a win, kind of a worry in a game that you have to win. Insanely, Man City, they're unbeaten in their last 25 Champions League games at home.
25 unbeaten.
In the Champions League.
Not bad.
Yeah, only 2 teams have more. Barcelona had 38 straight between 2013 and 2020.
They were pretty good at that point too.
Yeah, that was like Messi, Suarez, Neymar, all that jazz. That was when they were ridiculous. And Bayern Munich, late 90s, early 2000s, went 29 without a loss. That was when they were at one of their peak times as well.
Mikel Balacalo.
Yeah. And then you throw in 22 straight games across all competitions without a loss. Man City's last loss, hilariously, was to Tottenham on February 6th. They've only lost 2 games.
Was it to Harry Kane?
Yeah, and they've only lost 2 games since November. Like, you're wondering why they're winning the Premier League and everything? That's why. This is a ridiculous team. History says we're going to see goals. City have averaged 2.46 goals in the Champions League, 2.46 goals a game this season in the Champions League. In 7 of 9 between the last 2, both teams have scored, with 18 goals coming in the last 5 games between the 2.
Whoa.
City in their last 2 games.
I'm no math magician, but that seems like a lot.
Yeah, and you have a look. City in their last 2 games, so obviously over the last 2 weeks, they've scored 6. So Erling Haaland, as we mentioned, to score, and over 3.5 goals in the game, $3.15. City, both teams to score, $3. Now, we could get the insanity of penalties and extra time because it's 1-1 going into this. If you think it's going to go to penalties, you get $8 about that with Better. And if you think one of the teams is going to win it on penalties, you can take $13 about both of them to win it on penalties with Bet365.
Jeez.
I think if Man City don't win this in 90 minutes, this goes to penalties, they choke. Real Madrid win on penalties.
Might have to jump on that.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about it, but I might just have to jump on it because $13.
And obviously find you to qualify markets. I think Man City are pretty short to qualify, but I think if it goes to penalties, Real Madrid have done this before. They know about the pressure.
Yep.
I just think it could get to City, and this would be the time where Erling Haaland actually boots the ball to Newcastle. Like, he tries to hit it that hard, it just goes.
Nice. That's chaos. So for all the talk about the home record and everything, it's like, yeah, it could still go to penalties then, and then they could just,
it goes to penalties, just throw the rule book out the window. Right. Anything can happen.
Interesting. I dig it. So what time's that game tomorrow?
5 a.m.
Oof.
Yep.
Nice. All right, best bets for today, tomorrow, whenever. Easy one for me. Celtics.
Yep.
Celtics tomorrow. Look, you can actually find them, I believe. We talked about this maybe on NBA Australia. The line was like, actually, might have been Stats Guy and I talking about it yesterday. The line was 9.5, which just seemed like a lot.
Yep.
For a game 1 of a playoff series.
Which we just saw it was tight late there.
And yeah, you just saw like the Lakers come flying back against the Nuggets. This is a very sort of, obviously it's a different pair of teams. You have a weird Heat team. But the fact that the line has actually dropped down to 8 for the Celtics makes me feel much better about the Celtics covering the 8-point line. That's $1.90 with Bet365. But more interestingly for me is whether or not Boston have actually learned anything. Have they learned anything from last year? Did they learn anything from Philly and that series? Nah. Because if they did, this could be a whomping. We're talking a gentleman's sweep, 4-1, which I love. $3.25, Celtics 4-1 in the series.
Yep.
I'm all over that. I just feel like that's just I think Nuggets, Lakers could easily go at least 6.
Yep.
I think the Eastern Conference Finals, though, this Celtics team is just too big on the perimeter for this Heat team. You saw, I think, what the Heat were able to do against the Knicks was just go, cool, you've got Jalen Brunson, but we know that RJ Barrett and Julius Randle are sketchy as.
Yep.
And if they're not on a roll, we can cook them. That's exactly what they did. They didn't need that much size on the perimeter then. They will need a lot of size on the perimeter to stop Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And as well, I mean, the Celtics can also just play big with average Al Horford and Time Lord, Robert Williams, and just play these massive
Great
lineups.
name.
And seriously, I think like Miami have got Bam Adebayo, who's like 6'10", and that is it in terms of size. So I think the Celtics are too big, too good. I think they smashed them. 4-1 is $3.25 with Ladbrokes at the moment for the series.
So Stats Guy's going to do a nudie run through New York.
He might have to, I think.
Yep.
And -8 for the Celtics tomorrow in that game. So I would be all over the double of the Celtics to win and the over.
Yep.
As well as probably the Celtics -8 and the over again. So
Nice
one. Alex.
England Championship once again, the
I
second
love
of
the
the
championship.
semi-finals for the race for third. But hey, you get promoted, so who cares? So this we nailed it this morning with Luton winning 2-0, and they're off to Wembley. And they play.
Again, I don't know what that accent is. That is just
So we have
egregious.
we have Middlesbrough taking on Coventry, and this is 0-0 after the first game. So fourth versus fifth, and now 0-0. And we head to Middlesbrough's home ground where they're unbeaten in their last 13 home games against Coventry. They've actually never lost at this stadium. They moved there in 1995. It's called Riverside Stadium. Their last loss to Coventry at home was in 1993.
So they've never lost to Coventry at this stadium?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's
It
also...
sounded like they've never lost. I'm like, that seems pretty
No, they've
pretty impressive.
never lost to Coventry after moving there in 1995.
Not bad.
In near enough to 30 years, they have not lost at this stadium to Coventry.
Wow.
Anyway, Michael Carrick took over as Middlesbrough manager during the year. They've played 15 games at home. They've scored in every game. They've scored 37 goals in those 15 games. Their last home game without a goal was in October. So they're going all right. So what I'm saying is they should be scoring goals and should be winning. Problem, their last 4 EFL, this is the English Football League, playoff games, they have not scored a goal in their last 4.
Bottled it.
Yeah, so they kind of choked, but this is only their second game with Carrick in charge in a playoff game. So, stats, but it's also kind of important. It's like known for choking. Saying all that, given the home record and the 0 aggregate, and despite Coventry also having a really solid defense, they've only conceded 4 away goals in their last 9.
Yeah.
This has to open up. Like they can't all just be standing there going, centre back passes to winger, holds it. Middlesbrough to win and over 2.5 goals at $2.80, and Middlesbrough just to win in normal time $1.83. Obviously, this is another one go to extra time and penalties, but I just think that home record and home scoring is so strong that they should have enough.
Over 2.5 Middlesbrough.
Yep, 2-1, something like that.
Nice. That's a tricky one.
Yeah,
That's really well set up. I like that a lot. Let's go Middlesbrough.
yeah, go Middlesbrough, and then they take,
Long-time fan.
and then they take on Luton Town at Wembley for the race to the Premier League, and more than likely probably get relegated next year. But hey, that's for my preview in about 4 months' time.
Nice one. What's Middlesbrough's kit look like?
Don't know.
Oh, cool.
Yep, completely forgot.
Good chat. Middlesbrough.
Why am I thinking like red and white?
Yeah, it looks very red and white.
Yeah.
So let's go images. Oh, yeah, red and white.
Yeah, red and white.
You should be all over that, Arsenal. All right.
Yeah, I'm a better red and white, clearly. Just not at the moment.
Good stuff. All right, there you go. Well, with Stats Guy off on a plane, we are still pumping out plenty of shows. So make sure you're all across CodeBet Daily, the CodeBet Daily Weekly AFL show, the CodeBet Daily Weekly EPL show, the CodeBet Daily
left of that thing.
Weekly.
Oh my God, my weeks are getting so much better. I have 2 EPL shows left.
Well, then we'll make you do other things.
You already make me do other stuff. Apparently, I've got to do horse racing stuff again, which is great.
So that'll be fun. The EPL show will have our guest lad Marcus on this week.
Yeah, he's a better looking version of Stats Guy.
Stats Guy 2.0, we're already calling it.
Yeah.
And we'll have Leo, our social media guy on the AFL show, to give us all things fantasy.
What we're telling the audience is Stats Guy's fired.
Yeah, basically. He's not going to listen to this. He's on a plane.
Yeah. He said he wasn't going to listen to us or support us. We need to download Stats Guy, you jerk.
Get around it. All right. So speaking of which, get right around the show.
Please.
Subscribe on your podcast, app, like, review, and star it. Go on. Chuck us a follow across all the socials, YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Send in any questions. And I think that's it. We'll be back on deck with this one tomorrow. We'll still have a daily show tomorrow, I think.
Yep.
Try to cram it in.
AFL, NRL.
AFL and NRL as well.
APL's getting filmed Wednesday afternoon.
APL today. Be up at some point.
Yep.
Anyway, but either way, good job, Alex. Thanks.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for
no
coming in.
thanks. No thanks to Stats Guy for just going completely MIA. I mean, I've got 2 sick kids, so I'm still here. Anyway, he's all, we don't holiday Shane. Thanks to Geraldinho for producing as always, and thanks to me. So what do we say, Alex?
Gamble responsibly.
Nice one. May all your picks come in. Happy punting. We'll catch you tomorrow. Go Bet Daily. Out.
chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.